This shirt I found at a thrift store, it was a medium. I was like, I wear a medium. This is like a child's medium. It is so small.
I was gonna say.
Can't button that.
But it
matches good with
it looks
the
very
Allman
good with the Allman Brothers there. Record run 22. Clap on, clap off. All right, fun stuff going on the record run today. Boy, we have just been hitting it hard lately. I have multiple coasts of record shopping to show in future videos. I'm almost caught up to my early March record run in Manhattan and Brooklyn. I got a 2-day run over there. Got some great stuff. Next video, teaser in the business, coming your way. But tonight, I'm showing all Midwest finds and some VCLT.
Very nice. Very cool.
So you want me to start off?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. Exclusive company, Janesville, Wisconsin. Go there every single time I visit my in-laws. There we go. Gypsy in the garden.
Awesome.
Gatefold.
Love that cover.
She's hot. And it's got the cutout there. That's fun. Makes it woo. Don't know what's going on there, but Proggy Psych.
Yeah.
The title cuts here. Well, sort of the title cuts here in the garden. Part 1 and Part 2 take up the first half of side B of this album, and they're like, it's super folk psyche and then super drum solo prog. Also matches my sweatshirt.
It does. I like the ensemble.
Yeah, thank you. Oh. Scorsese t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Very nice. All right, so my finds are coming from one of our friends, Brian. We talked about him before. He's gone to the record show with us quite a few times, actually. He called or texted me the other day. I just bought a new guitar, so I need some help replenishing some funds. So I'm going to sell off some of my records if you want to come over and take a look. Of course I did. So I went over and had first crack at him. Cool stuff. So here's my top five from that dig.
Very cool.
Putting this in the top 5 of the dig because it's hard to find, and I've actually had it on my want list for a while, just based solely on the cover. This is Tonto's Expanding Headband, Zero Time. I don't know about this. It's electronic. It's not as deep or as weird as Head.
Head is the weirdest and the deepest.
Head is bloop, bloop, bleep. That's it the whole time. This at least has some, I don't know what you would call it, melodies.
None of that with Head.
No. The first side, it got done and I was like, oh man, that sucked. What? And then side 2, I was like, all right. So it's what I need to go back to. Maybe it just didn't click. I'm going to keep it for now. But tough one to find. Not like crazy expensive, but never see it around here. At least happy to have picked it up from Brian.
Okay. All right, now on to that VCLT. Steve from across the pond, thank you so much for 2, not 1, but 2 Gong albums.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Got into David Allen, not really sure how to say it. I've heard it both ways. And have been looking for Radio Gnome Invisible forever.
Yeah.
Can't find that one in the US. And then You, which I've listened to both of these. This one way more. Interestingly enough, there was a great Mojo piece on prog rock that came out probably 4 or 5 years ago. But it says, this is the Gong album to start with, but this is the one they like the best. I would say, maybe just because I'm still sort of at the beginning of the Gong journey, this one I love. Steve, really, really cool for you to send these to. Thank you so much.
Who knows why the wind blows through this window?
Brian really was like pushing me on this one. He was like, do you have this? No, I'm not a big Deep Purple guy. No. Have you heard this? No, I'm not. Again, I'm not a big Deep Purple guy. I know Hush. It's on that album. Doesn't really do a whole lot for me. No. There's great stuff within. So I basically bought it because he was pushing it on me. He's a good salesman. And he's right. This is actually really, really good. There's hard rock on it, of course. It's Deep Purple. But there's some cool kind of psychedelic moments. One More Rainy Day is probably my favorite cut on the album. Early Deep Purple, it kind of escaped me, I guess. I'd heard Machine Head. Meh.
Yeah.
You know, not big on it. I actually purged it a while back. But I'm keeping this one. It surprised me.
Good.
It surprised me.
Rundgren, little Todd there, something, anything. This is good, but I don't love Rundgren. I know I showed A Wizard, a True Star in a couple videos ago. This one's got some neat stuff on it. I especially like the opener of side 2, the game you can play with your records, where he
cool.
goes through all the bad sounding of mastering and stuff like that, and sort of, he's having fun with it.
Yeah.
But I don't love Todd Rundgren. They're on the back there. But this is a good one to have, and for $8, it's in tremendous shape.
It looks really clean. That's all.
Side note, this is also the only album, not this particular copy, but also the only album in general that I've ever found weed in. Flipping through at Vintage Vinyl in St. Louis probably 2 or 3 summers ago, opened the gatefold, and basically a joint's worth of weed just falls out, just dust in the wind. Like, oh, it smelled terrible too. Definitely in there since the 70s. But glad to have this copy. $8 pickup at GB's.
Sometimes I can't help seeing all the way.
This next one, boy oh boy, big on both of our want lists. I'll just show it. The Stooges Funhouse. Now hold on. Time out. This is not an original. This is the 2010 Rhino reissue. He was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know I'm getting rid of it. $10. Done. I'll pop on a reissue.
He's
for
handing
10.
it to you.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that gatefold too.
It is really cool. I love the debut, and I've got another one to show. Teaser in the business. But boy, this is fantastic. Still looking for an earlier copy. I would like. There's a French pressing from like 1972 that you can find under $30 occasionally. It's getting tougher to find, but that's the one I think we're both probably kind of keeping an eye out for because it's
well, I
price
mean,
range.
obviously you look for the original.
Look for the original. Those are through the roof. But very happy to at least have the Rhino reissue. It sounds fantastic. They did a great job. They replicated the label to the original. It's a really faithful reproduction. What more can you say? It's mind blowing. It is mind blowing. Good stuff.
But the one at GB's that I was like, oh man, Jealousy Generator. So I showed the Rundgren, but this was the one I had to walk out of the store with. Album supervised by Jack Nicholson. That's right, it's Head, looking right back at you there. The great thing about this album cover is that your face is the cover. Foil cover version of Head. But
that's
this,
so cool, man.
He wanted this so bad. I'm so glad I found this. This was not in the new arrivals bin. I was shocked. I was like, how many times do I go into a store and find something great that's not in new arrivals?
Yeah.
Just happened to, I was flipping through the Van Morrison section just out of a like, well, let's see. So I'm right in the MOs and I'm like, Monkees. I've never looked for Head before in this store. It's there. Oh man.
Well done.
Slow clap.
More Stooges. Iggy and the Stooges Raw Power. Oh, I was with you when you found a copy from Brian for $1.
Paid
original
$1
for
for my original copy of it.
This is not an original first pressing. It's late 70s, early 80s. I can't remember.
No barcode?
No barcode, so
No
I'm going to
barcode.
say probably mid to late 70s reissue. Oh, this is really good. Now, I have read, and I actively thought this when I listened to it. I hadn't actually heard the album before. Put the needle down, and I was like, man, that mix, it's really low. Like, it's got a quiet mix. And apparently it was. David Bowie mixed the album, and he mixed it very quiet. So I had to crank the receiver up a little bit, turn the volume up. That's the one criticism I would have about this album. Otherwise, it's as mind-blowing as their first 2 albums.
I Am the World's Forgotten Boy.
Oh, Penetration. The song Penetration. Oh, it blew my mind. It is so good. Raw Power, everybody knows this album, or at least you should be familiar with it. If you haven't heard it, find a copy. It is so, so good. Amazing.
So the thing came out sounding wimpy or weedy or it's frail. And this was a very massive, seriously powerful group.
My last find from Brian was a huge one for me. He had a copy, $8 he wanted for it. $8, them again. Oh, Effeminate Man Hand. Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Not like the greatest copy. There's some tape along the spine, doesn't bother me. The copy itself, kind of rough. Sounds so much better than it looks. Couldn't believe it. I got it home and looked under better light and was like, oh man, maybe, for $8 I had to buy it. I couldn't leave it behind. But it's gonna sound like crap. Nope. It's a champ. It plays like a champ. Seriously, this is all killer, no filler. I don't know if there's a track on here that I would be like, yeah, you can do without that.
If you come across them again, if you're paying, if it is a playable copy,
Yeah.
and you're paying $20 or less for it,
Yes,
you're
that's
getting
a
a
steal.
deal.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a great album.
Like a broken toy, make me feel so bad inside.
Thanks so much for tuning into another Record Run. Gosh, we're cranking these out.
Yeah.
I love doing this,
There's
man.
more to come.
There is
Plenty
more to come. We have a ton of good stuff coming your way. Thank you so much for being our fans and our subscribers. We love looking at your videos. It's what I do pretty much every lunch hour of my life now. But we'll be back with another one of these. Until then, avoid scratches. Stay in the groove.